Good news is that we get this preview month in October. And what happens in October is we get a month that shows us the energy of the coming year. So that means every October we get to pull out of whatever year we've been in and have a little window of excitement about the year that's coming. So I am personally thrilled to embrace the power of one in October because, as all of you probably know, it's the energy of new new beginnings, leadership, divine will, aligning with divine will rather than personal ego. And as we step into October, we will be called to embrace fresh new ideas, new ways of behaving, new kinds of inspiration, and bold leadership from each of us in our families, in our communities, to let go of all the hard things that have happened and really step up and say, who are we now? What do we want to create? Who do we want to be moving forward? And in those powerful questions, we are aligning with the energy of the one. Now remember, the one is also correlated with the first breath of creation, the spark of God energy within all of us that calls us to be reborn, to be rebirthed. And I love the idea of rebirth because I've had many rebirths in my life. And we all know that labor is very painful, and I feel like this whole 9 year we've been in has been very painful. And so now we're finally getting to the rebirth part where we're saying, yes, the baby's almost here. Yes. And we're getting excited and forgetting about the pain that we've been going through. So October offers us this collective opportunity to mend fences, any people we may have had conflict with. We begin to see that, wow, I can bring a new perspective to this relationship and heal it perhaps. Or I can plant new seeds for my future work and business. But most importantly, to own our courage as we step into new things and new ways of being. Courage is so important in a 1 year because often when a 1 year happens, we feel kind of alone and like, gee, suddenly now I've stripped away all the things I don't want to be or do anymore in the 9 year. And here I am standing in the energy of the one, feeling kind of reborn, vulnerable. That one energy can be kind of lonely and intimidating. But on the flip side of that, it is such a great opportunity. It's like planting our garden for the coming year. We get to say, I'm going to plant some broccoli. I'm going to plant some tomatoes. I'm going to take this class. I'm going to take that. I'm going to change my life in these ways. That's the beautiful energy of the one, starting with a clean slate and leaving behind anything from the past that no longer serves us. So, for all of you, remembering October is when you set your intention for 2026. So even though the 1 year doesn't start until January, in October, we can say, here's how I want my life to look and feel in 2026, and do our meditations with that vision in our hearts, with that understanding that we're creating the new. The clay is in our hands to mold that new and higher state of being for next year. And aligning with divine will in the one energy doesn't mean being submissive. It means stepping away from the ego and saying, oh, I just let go of all of that negative stuff that was making me believe I'm just a human being in a physical world and that my fear and anxiety are valid. And instead, now saying, finally, I remember that I'm a powerful divine being, always connected to the God source, always aligned with unconditional love and sacred wisdom. And so I'm going to align with my higher self in October and get the preview of what that's going to look and feel like in 2026. So think of it as peeling away your ego vision of who you are and how you want your life to go. The 9 year pretty much peels that away for all of us. It's like, oh, I thought the year was going to be like this, or I thought my business would be like this, or I thought my relationships would be like this. And instead, this other thing happened. So now I'm just letting go of that control, that idea that I have to be in control. And I'm saying, okay, and don't take this too literally. I don't mean it in a traditional Christian way, but that beautiful quote, Luke 22, of, not my will, but thy will be done. And I don't mean that in a submissive, sort of fundamentalist way. I mean it recognizing that the God source is always guiding us in the right and true direction for our highest good. And so when we can finally say, I trust that new direction, even if I don't understand it, I can't see how it's going to get me where I want to go. I trust and I surrender. So, again, just reminding you that courage and confidence are big and important in the energy of the one. Think of it this way: the one carries the energy of the pioneer, the visionary, the one who says, we can take a wagon train out west and create a new world. That is such energy of the one. But those people had to be completely immersed in their courage through that entire journey. And yet, once they got to where they were going, they were able to settle in and create a whole new and better life, even if there was some hard work involved. That's really how the one feels, because in January, as we start this new cycle, we have to rebuild this world. We have to rebuild our understanding of who we are and how we connect with everyone in the world, and carry that new vision with us forward and lead ourselves and others with that great trust in the goodness of divinely inspired action. So, October invites all of you to set powerful new intentions, to say yes to new opportunities, even if they're scary, to trust the guidance of your higher self, not your ego, to release control of the ego mind and how the ego wants things to go, and begin this powerful new energy of your soul journey. Those with who have a one life path, and I think that might even be Marcia who's on here, who have a one life path, they understand this energy because they've lived with it in the whole lifetime. And it has made them incredibly strong and clear and not reliant on the things and events that happen around them because they've learned in this lifetime of being on the one path that I have to depend on myself. I have to lead only with my true vision and not with what other people expect or want me to do. That is what you get to experience in October. And when you go through it, you get a little glimpse of what that one life path is like for people who live in that energy through their entire lifetime. So, the other thing is, write down in October one very important goal that has to do with your soul, not your ego, and put that on your computer, on your mirror, and say, each day I'm going to read this and I'm going to say yes. And so it could be as simple as saying, my goal for October is to live each day with an open heart and no fear. And imagine if you could do that. That is a beautiful intention. And so you would start it on the first day of October, and then you would move through the whole month of October, remembering that. And by the way, I'm starting the 33 days of angelic wisdom course on October 1st, because I feel like if we get together and do these angel meditations, angel writing, angel visualizations, and discussions in the month of October, we are planting the seeds for an incredible new cycle, not only for ourselves, but for the world. We're shifting the frequency for the world. So remember, Also, in October, every day ask your angels to give you an action step that's aligned with your new energy. So, for example, maybe go out in the world and meet some new people and be courageous and confident, or pick up the phone and call someone you've been separated from because of politics or something. All of these beautiful little one act courageous things are perfect for October. For me, every single day of October, I'll be getting up to teach at 6 a.m. Pacific time, doing the Angel Up Journal for the 33 days. So I know that every single morning I'll get to embrace the new idea for what the angels are guiding me to do and starting out my day, meditating about it, writing about it, so that I can really make that shift. And then you might be asking, but then what happens in November and December? Those are much more about nesting and about family and about sort of finishing up family things from the whole 9 year cycle. But remember, when the new hits in January, you're already ready and prepared then because you spent your October placing those intentions and those beautiful, courageous acts into your consciousness. Sorry. Another good thing to do in October, and I'm taking this one seriously myself also, is clearing out the clutter. I mean, start with your office, get rid of anything that's no longer serving you, and then move through the other rooms in the house so that you will finish your 9 year by actually having released the things that hold you back, that represent your past, so that in October, you have that clean space for setting your intentions for this new life that's coming forward. So, in closing, every day ask the angels to help you embrace your new path, your new frequency, your new courageous life. And remember that, I'm so sorry, you guys. And remember that when you align your will with the light and love of the God source in October, you are just using this energy of new beginnings to just lift your life to a higher and greater frequency. And so it is. Thank you all for listening.